My name is Seerat and I am from northern India. I was born and brought up in Chandigarh, a very beautiful city in North India. And I identify myself as a wife, a sister, and daughter. Apart from that, I am a great friend, a good listener, and I sometimes feel that I'm very good at motivating individuals who feel that they cannot go through a certain phase of life. I think I am good at motivating them to continue going on. So right now I'm doing my PhD in organic chemistry. So that is just a gateway into either industrial jobs in chemistry or academia. So that's the two broad categories of careers I would have options for. Um, Right now, I am doing PhD. That means I pursue mostly I am doing research, and then my focus is to publish my research because publishing in PhD is quite important. Um, and then I feel that doing a PhD right now is not just giving me the opportunity to go for a career in science, but like it's such a great learning platform for me. It's given me the right Canadian education. I did my bachelor's and master's in India, so in order to get a job, a good job, professional job in Canada, a job of my dreams, it was really important for me to do my PhD. So yeah, I wanted to say that most of the skills I use at work now as a researcher, they don't come in from like, they've been learned over the years. So I'm doing organic chemistry. So the foundation was set up in high school. The basic stuff, organic chemistry I'm doing here is what I learned in high school. I'm just putting it to practice. Those concepts, I'm doing experimental stuff on it. And during my bachelor's, I learned a lot of theoretical chemistry, organic chemistry. So once again, if your theoretical stuff is clear, you can rationalize your results. You can say why what is happening and why you're seeing this result and why not the other stuff. So, and during my master's, I learned how to do a project independently. So independent working skills are very important in research. You cannot, you cannot seek help from others, because this is your own work. Only your supervisor can help you, but it's not like you're in a classroom and you are sitting down for an exam and you can discuss among your peers. You can engage in group studies. Like, research, it's your own, so you need to have independent working skills, I feel. And then the important part here, the most important, is obviously working in a laboratory, like staying safe in the workplace. I'm dealing with chemicals all the time, so I have to be safe. I have to know the importance of being safe in a chemical laboratory. If I'm like, okay, that's okay, I cannot wear a lab coat, I'll not wear my PPE, it's going to be fine, it is not. Yeah. And I feel that apart from all this, communication skills, basically, when I have results, but if I don't know how to write them, I don't have the communication skills, I don't know how to present them, I don't know how to give an oral talk at a conference, the effect of your research is greatly reduced. It's how you present your research is also important. So a lot of skills come in together, and they've been learned over the years. I feel that most people think that somebody who's doing a PhD would be wanting to go into academia. And at first, when I started doing my PhD, I had a really bad experience in some people telling me, oh, don't go for a PhD. I think that's ridiculous. I feel that, even some women scientists I met, they said, okay, don't go for a PhD. It's too lengthy and stuff like that. It's a lot of work but PhD is not just, you don't have the broader classification of careers is, of course, industry and academia. But yes, there are so many other jobs you can go in for after you have a PhD. So many other, I feel like, because, we know how to work in those 4 years we've worked so hard. we've actually gained so, I personally feel that I've grown as an individual while doing my PhD. I was so much into myself all the time, with my family. I didn't think out of the box until I joined my PhD here in Newfoundland. Now I think rationally. I know if I want to do something, yes, okay, I plan out my day, this, I'll do this. Okay, this won't work. This is to, I am a very good thinker now. It teaches you thinking skills. It teaches you skills, which you just can't learn in high school, or it's a little bit advanced. And I feel that any employer, I don't just say industry or academia, any employer, it would be a pleasure for them to work with PhDs, because we can bring so much to workforce. Talking about any specialized equipments we use in the lab, yes, we do, and they are of utmost importance to research these days. Equipments like the NMR, IR, HPLCs, and so many other things we use to validate our results, to confirm that this is what exactly we've got as our compound. This is what is there in our flask right now. So the techniques are what let us confirm or decipher problems when we have things like, okay, what is it? Is it a mixture? Is it pure? It's not. Without the techniques, these days research is not possible. So in older times, when when we didn't have these modern techniques, people were just submitting preliminary data in their publications, even some great scientists, because they didn't have access to we didn't have techniques at that time. So now when you want your research published in a good article or a good journal, you need a lot of data from very specialized techniques, using very specialized instruments like the NMR, IR, HPLCs, and stuff like that. So you need information to validate your results. I guess they wouldn't describe me very differently than what I feel I am or what I'm at work. But yes, sometimes I feel that they think that I am so much fun with them that they think, oh, you might not be that research kind of person, Typically, people think of researchers as being very serious all the time, not engaging in fun activities, or, but they feel that I am very fun around them, and they don't feel I'm boring, sorts of like geeky or nerdy in science. When I learned my first few lessons in organic chemistry in high school, I was really enjoying it. Like, I would come back home, I would talk to my mother, I would explain to her, this I've learned today, and it was so interesting, and this is how it happens. I was always talking about this stuff, and even my parents knew that she really likes this. So after high school, uh, my mother wanted that I should go for MBBS, to become a doctor, a practicing doctor. But then my father said, like, if she's really into like this research stuff, and he wanted me to be into this education field. But I was like, yeah, I want to do organic chemistry no matter what. I just want to do organic chemistry. I was so liking it. And then I did my BSc in India from a very good only women's college. And the incredible faculty I had there, I feel that everything you do in life, the foundation is your teachers, like how they teach you. I still remember, like, my teachers in grade 10 back in school. Sometimes if I think the way they used to teach us, I know like university education, college education is very important, but the things they taught us, I don't know if that was their style of teaching, or it was our age, which we would grasp things very easily. It is so much in my mind right now. Sometimes I think of something, I even remember the book page it was on, the diagram of the heart, it was on the right side of the biology page, and and it was, I don't know, it was so good. So I feel like your teachers in school, they really shape you up as individuals. And yeah, of course, I was telling you, my organic chemistry, I was very lucky to have very nice organic chemistry faculty in school. And then when I moved on to university, for my master's, unfortunately I did not get to work in the organic chemistry field. I worked in inorganic chemistry. So yeah, but that was also very new to me. So I enjoyed that as well. And now that I'm working in PhD, I am researching in a mix of organic and inorganic fields. So it gives me a better exposure in being, if I want to shift to academia or industry after this. I have the skills of both. So I feel that and talking about the hurdles in terms of the support from family, I was very lucky to have very supportive parents. They did not try to say, okay, no, that's something is not for you, or something is only for boys, it's not for girls, don't do this, do it this way, this is how girls do it, this kind of thing is a lot in India. Many girls in India have this. They want to study, but parents will say, no, okay, this is now enough of studying. Now you get settled in your life. Marry a nice guy and that's it. This is a big thing, big problem in India, but I don't think this is a problem here, of course. But my parents were all throughout, they were very supportive. My brother has been he has played a pivotal role in my development as a very I would say a very independent lady. My brother always wanted me to be very independent, make independent decisions in life. Do what you want to do. Don't go with the cliche thing that, okay, this is what women are supposed to do. And then, of course, it was my husband. He's so good. He's so amazing, so supportive. So I'm blessed to have these kind of people in my life. But other than that, right now, my supervisor I'm working with here in PhD, he is so, his support is so precious to me that, he knows when to expect something and when to motivate me. Or sometimes I don't know stuff, because I did my bachelor's and master's from the Indian school system, and things are a little different here in the Canadian education system, but he's given me so much opportunity outside of research. He's given me his tutorial lectures because I told him I'm interested in a teaching career. So he gave me his tutorial sessions that, okay, this will give you experience in teaching in the Canadian system. I didn't have any problem teaching the Indian in the Indian education system. Like, I thought I was too good for it, but here there are different kinds of expectations from students, and the system is a little bit different. So I wanted to give myself a chance, and luckily my supervisor gave me the right platform. So other than that, talking about the hurdles, I'm blessed I didn't have to face any. No. Okay. So I'll just tell a little bit story about how I ended up with organic chemistry. And so in my high school, I chose physics, chemistry, maths, and physics, chemistry, maths. I skipped biology as my major subject. So the goal was to go into chemical engineering, not this organic chemistry synthesis and research stuff. My parents said, okay, you like chemistry, you go for chemical engineering, and that sounded reasonable, right? But then there was this thing that I couldn't. So there's an all India, like I don't know about here. There's MCAT here to get into med school. So like that, there are several competitive exams in India to get into a very good engineering school. So of your choice, of course. So there were a few in my city and very good engineering schools, and I couldn't get into those few. So there's the capital of India is Delhi. So my parents, I got admission to a very good college in Delhi. But then my parents were like, okay, are you going to go away from us? Like, for, you're too young to go away from us. Like, Indian system is a little bit different from here. So they wouldn't send you off, I was 18 years old. I don't know. I remember. So I felt a little bad that, even when I wanted to do something, just because of this thing that, okay, don't go away from us. Although I didn't want to go away from them too, but that was that just stood in the middle of everything I was doing. So so they told me, okay, you go in for organic, you go in for this BSc, Bachelor's of Science, and there's a this very good college and university here in Chandigarh, and you stay here, you do your education, and then you, by that time you'll be mature and you'll know more about yourself, and then you can move out if you want, for further education or whatever. That is when organic chemistry, that is when the pure chemistry side of my career, I fell into it. So it wasn't like I did not want to do chemical engineering, but my plan, my 2 years of study in high school was to get into chemical engineering. My mind was set that I'll be into chemical engineering. So I made a little bit switch, moved to pure chemistry, and then I don't regret it a bit. I'm so happy I did this. Yeah. So yeah, so there, things don't always turn out how you plan, but little switches here and there, they always, most of the people have to face them. So if you take them in the right way, I could have just sat down and said, oh no, I wanted to do chemical engineering and now I've just ended up here and this is not good, this is this. I didn't do that a day. So yeah, I just felt that, okay, this is what I'm good at, and this is what, okay, God planned for me. And it's not bad. I wanted to do it. Maybe I just could not decide it myself. God just helped me decide it for me. Yeah. Okay, so right now I'll go into a little bit detail of what kind of research I do and then how is it useful for the society in general. Okay, so right now we are in the midst of a pandemic. We are, all the news headlines are making of a vaccine and how are we going to get it soon. Okay, so my field is, I work in the subdivision of organic chemistry. Another division, another classification of organic division is called asymmetric synthesis. So asymmetric synthesis is sometimes like, you see these are two hands, but they are not identical. We say these are equal, but they are mirror images of each other. They're not the same. Okay, so if you know that some drugs, you might say that sometimes the medicine in the market is maybe $2 a tablet, but the other one is just 50 cents. Why is the difference? If it's the same thing, why the difference? So the one with the $2, the higher priced one, is more pure. So it's just one form of this thing. It's not a mixture. If it is a mixture, if the medicine is a mixture, it is cheaper because it doesn't involve any purification processes. So the manufacturing is cheap. That's why it is sold for 50 cents. And okay, so the important thing here I missed is, like, these are the same. This is, both of them are hands. These are mirror images, but one of them in the body might have a toxic effect and the other one might have the useful effect. So that's why we say when you consume medicine, you have some side effects because they might not be pure. This hand might be useful in treating your disease, but this one will cause side effects. So it is important that the medicine has only this and less amount of this. And the purification itself is very difficult of these two enantiomers. These are called enantiomers in chemistry. So all compounds with uh, chiral centers, I'll not go into detail of what chiral centers are, but they exist as mirror images of each other. And especially in the field of medicine and in many other fields as well, it is important that we only have the enantiomer which is needed and we don't have the other one. So my work is that I work on developing reactions where the product is synthesizing, is giving only one enantiomer. There's no hassle of separating these two. The reaction itself is giving me only this. It's not giving me the other product. So that's what we call 99% enantiomeric excess. That means it's so pure. It's only this, only 1% of this, the hazardous one. So I work in developing those reactions which give exclusive enantiomers. And the applicability of that is obviously in medicine and in a lot of other fields. And now my research, I work in natural products. like we always we know of quinine, right? The pandemic malaria years ago, malaria when it was spread, quinine was the medicine, but it could be extracted from the cinchona tree, but extractions are like, when so many people are suffering, it's a pandemic, you cannot rely on extractions from plants to treat people. You have to make them synthetically, right? So that is a natural product extraction we use in medicine. So my work, I synthesize natural products, but only in enantiomeric ways. So um, so one of the recent projects I did was, and it's been published in a very nice ACS article. I synthesized a natural product in just two chemical reactions by just doing two steps. Like, two steps of chemical reactions gave me a natural product. Like, it had been synthesized previously by many other research groups, but the synthesis involved like 12 steps, 13 steps. More the number of chemical steps to generate something, obviously there's more solvent being used, there's more effort, of course, and then there's so many other things. So these days we are going for greener chemistry. Everybody wants to save the environment, not right, greener chemistry. So my work, I just mix up the stuff, all the chemical reactions in a pot, and the next day I would go to the lab and I would purify the material and do one subsequent reaction on it, and my natural product was ready. So that was till date the shortest reported synthesis of that natural product. And that natural product has been known to be used in Chinese medicine for as an anti-inflammatory, as an antibacterial, antiviral, so many medicinal properties it has. So this is just like one step into in addition to the so these kind of, like, it's not like this kind of natural product would be directly used in medicine, but the reactions we develop, they can be used by in some other synthesis. When people are trying to make something else, they can refer to our work and they can see, okay, this way it's shorter than doing 5 steps, okay, do this step. It gets reported in literature, and then when you want to synthesize something big like the medicine for COVID, let's say right now, you can go to literature, look for certain steps. Okay, if you want to do this, use this transformation, this is very efficient. That's the use of my work. Of late, like during this when I'm most of the time I stay home. I rarely go to school these days to set up my experiments because we don't have permission at mine. So I'm in touch with a lot of American Chemical Society webinars, and I attend them, and I see that the number of women doing organic chemistry, even in Canada, America, such developed countries, is so less as compared to men. And then I just sat one day and thought about it, like, okay, let me just count the number of girls I see in my chemistry department here in Man. And I was amazed. I just have 4 women on the organic floor and all others are guys doing organic chemistry. Why is this? Like, do people underestimate women? Like, or women underestimate themselves? One of the things is true, right? If not, then why would the numbers be so different? So, and I also wanted to mention that I'm the first female PhD student my supervisor is mentoring. All others are guys in my lab. Yeah. So I feel like maybe it's women who think, okay, no, I think I should settle for something easy. I should not be doing this. I should be doing this. I haven't been into a workforce. I don't know. Like, I've heard that many people say there is sometimes mistreatment in the workforce when women come to jobs. They're not treated equally. I haven't faced that kind of thing till now, but in school, I feel like most women you see, they will be into okay, we want to do just computer jobs, sit there, and they don't want to do organic synthesis. So they say it's a lot of labor when you do organic reactions. You're dealing with hazardous chemicals. That is not meant for girls. even my lab alumni, I talk to them sometimes. Most of them are working in Toronto Research Chemicals as scientists, and they tell me, I ask them, how is it like working over there, and they would sometimes tell me, yeah, it is good, but we would say you should not think of job in industry. It's too like, it's too much work for women. So what is this too much, and who defines this? And then I told one of my, he's a good friend of mine, and I told him, like, I do exactly the same amount of work you used to do in your PhD here. It was never that, okay, Seerat can do less work, and yes, this guy can do more work. So why do you think that I wouldn't thrive in your in your work environment? I can't do that good there. He said no, but because women have to run families as well, they have to take care of family, and then I think it's all in the head. It's all, you know, sometimes, like, when we think, okay, maintaining the household and cooking and all this should be uh, a women's task and not a men's task, I think we are not we are not ready for the change. We don't want, like, we just want to be like, okay, women are going to do all the easy stuff and men are going to be going out for work and doing the harder stuff. I think if we overcome that, we like this incentive of this initiative, sorry, of bringing to knowledge the grade 9 girls, the importance of STEM careers, and initiatives like this are, more of this, like, this is more of this can really bring a great change. So um, it's not only important that women change their mentality, it's more important that men change their mentality, that yes, women can do better. I think women can do better than men. I don't know if this is, yeah, but the kind of I'm not flaunting here, but but I feel that being the only female in my lab working here, I am much better at multitasking as compared to the guys in my lab. They would be more focused on one thing. Okay, I'm going to set up this reaction, and then I'm going to wait for it to work, then purify, and then go to the next step. I would just set up one reaction. In the meantime, I won't waste the 2 hours. I'll set up two more. I'll just, multitask. And because I feel that we can do it. Yeah. I feel that when you choose your career, like, when we start working on a certain career, we're too young at that age, like, after high school, we're expected to make certain decisions, and we might be too young at that age. So make very well informed decisions. Take your time, meet people, maybe your parents' friends, maybe your parents' friends' kids who are in the same field, or they know a little bit more than you. Meeting people and knowing the pros and cons of what you entering into. Any career path, you have to persevere in order to be successful. Nothing is easy. It's not that this is easy, this is tough. No, everything needs your full 100% if you want to be successful. So, but you have to choose something you can actually persevere for. You can't persevere for anything. You have to be liking it. You have to like it in all aspects. Okay, learning, yes. Working in that environment, yes. And then later on, making it a part of your life. For the entire life, you'll be doing that career, unless and until you decide to make a switch, which is sometimes not very easy. If somebody tells me now, okay, from chemistry you go to biology, no, right? Or accounting, say, I wouldn't go there. So I feel it's important to make very well informed decisions. Take your time. I think, uh, maybe meet your teachers. Teachers know a lot more than us, and they know what we are good at. Sometimes things we don't know we are good at, our teachers might know. And there shouldn't be any pressure of going for the cliche. Okay, so health industry is very good in, like, very good jobs, so okay, go for the health industry, do nursing. I feel that should not be the case. Look for subjects you enjoy, look for the stuff you enjoy in school, look for lessons you really look forward to learning when your teacher is teaching them, you know. There, in that little detail, you'll find what you want to do in life, you know. And I always say, like, I was very good at almost all the subjects in school, and I was just so hard. Okay, what do I do as a career option, you know? But I knew that I never wanted to do geography. So I don't understand anything about geography, maps, rivers, topography, soils, this, that. I don't want to do this. So I was clear, okay, I don't want to do this. Other than that, okay, parents help me, teachers help me. What should I do? You know? And so, as Abraham Lincoln says, if somebody asks me to chop a tree in 6 hours, the first 4 hours I'll sharpen my axe. So, sharpen your axe before you actually start hitting the tree. Make very nice decisions, you know. Don't just rush. Okay, my friend is going for nursing, I'll go for nursing. My friend is going for engineering, I'll go for engineering. Find your own, what your inner self says. I feel that we might be too young at that age, but yeah, that is critical and we have to do it. So why not do it in a better way?